please don't help her because she's not going to share her prize with you. Okay, let's see the picture. Don't say anything, please. If you need a hint, just let me know.
I'll take a hint.
He was born Sean Corey Carter in Brooklyn. Really, girl?
That's Jay-Z!
Yes! Congratulations! Okay, look, we're hooking you up with a fabulous dinner for two at the Palm Restaurant.
Wow!
Fabulous, sumptuous steak. You're gonna love it.
Thank you!
Get the cream spinach too, okay?
Wow,
We'll be right back.
My idea of a $5 deal is 2 pieces of my Popeye's Bonafide chicken, 2 sides, and a biscuit. I call it my $5 Bonafide Big Box. Okay, it's not that big, but it's big.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
At Ragu, our mission is to make dinner more delicious. With 11 plump tomatoes in every jar, our sauce is richer, thicker, and more delectable than ever. And bursting with so much taste, it brings families together. Ragu, make dinner taste better.
Please call 911. Will you please call 911?
George Zimmerman making headlines again, the 911 call, just moments after the incident. Then inside the plans to make you pay for parking at a popular local hotspot today on WPTV News Channel 5 at 5.
There she is. Move in.
Don't be alarmed! They said it was approved, but it was only for that car.
Gross.
It's my credit.
Drive Time will approve you for every single car on the lot, and that's a lot.
Are you ready in the back? We're gonna do this right now!
A lot on a lot, all ready to be bought, even if you got bad credit. Dodge.
Save yourself. Get approved at Drive Time first. Call, click, or visit.
You and me, we're on our way. It won't take long to find the sun. We'll surf, we'll swim, let's jump right in. We'll have fun all summer long.
Florida's best selection of swimwear and everything else you need for the beach or pool. Bell.
Summertime and the water's fine, you'll see. Oh, yeah.
Dedication. How do you define it? It's about protecting, caring, and empowering. My name is Mark Anajar.
And I'm Glenn Levine. We dedicate ourselves every day to defending our clients' rights,
Providing the protection they need and deserve to make them whole again.
Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE for a consultation.
It's time for Memorial Day. Schumacher celebrates this great American holiday with the biggest savings of the year. Sign and drive Buick Encore, just $199 a month. The Memorial Day sales event only at Schumacher.
Oh my God, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna wheel my way out of here. I want to thank Melissa Rivers. Thank you so much, dear friend. Also my co-host, my fabulous studio audience. Tomorrow, the fabulous Lorraine Bracca is stopping by, and I've got you covered with all the juicy hot topics. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy!
The Now South Florida, stories everyone's talking about right now. Making sure you're in the know.
With new information before everyone else.
It's a bold new way to get your news. The Now South Florida, weekdays at 4 on WPTV News Channel 5.
At Longhorn, if you want steak, lucky you. If you don't want steak, lucky you. It's Longhorn favorites, the Outlaw Ribeye, the Longhorn Salmon, and the Parmesan Crusted Chicken. Only at Longhorn Steakhouse. You can't fake steak.
At City Mattress, we make mattress buying easy. Our sleep consultants will help you select from over 80 mattress comforts at prices 10 to 20% below our competitors. We'll deliver it for free. And should you need, our comfort guarantee assures that you'll sleep comfortably for many nights. 5 decades of leadership has taught us that if we offer the best mattresses at the best prices and treat customers with respect and decency, they'll keep coming back. City Mattress, night after night, we're there for you.
Of all the things that keep you busy, maintaining your car shouldn't be one of them. The experts at Mopar are busy making sure of that. We get the job done right the first time, help you save every time, and get you back on the road in no time. So this spring, let us help refresh your ride. Right now, buy 3 tires and get the 4th for $1 at your neighborhood Mopar Service Center.
Catch your News Channel 5 updates throughout the day on News Radio WJNO.
Will anyone face charges in the shooting involving George Zimmerman? What was found in Zimmerman's vehicle? Also, new information the 911 calls are revealing today. Plus, tent trouble. The city of West Palm Beach wants whomever is giving out these tents to the homeless to stop. And a story igniting the rivalry between the University of Florida and the University of Alabama here in our newsroom. What a bride did that, well, I say, ruined her groom's cake at the wedding. Others in our newsroom say just the opposite. It's 4 o'clock in South Florida. This is The Now. It's going to be a fun one. I'm Shannon Cake, and welcome to The Now South Florida. This is a show that keeps you in the know. Right now, 250 gas company workers from several states are fanning out across St. Lucie and Martin counties. The process now, bringing gas service back to some 6,000 plus customers who've been without it since Sunday. Now's John Shaman live in Port St. Lucie with an update for us. John?
Shannon, good afternoon. We're here again off Macedo Boulevard, and you can see behind me work is continuing now for a 3rd day to repair that major gas transmission line. Now, I understand that the city of Port St. Lucie at this hour is meeting with representatives from Florida City Gas to get an update on the situation. Now, what I was told by a gas representative this afternoon, all 6,000 meters have been turned off, and the second, more important phase, if you will, of providing service to those customers has begun. In other words, the relighting of service. Now, gas company employees have to go from door to each home or business to reset all those appliances. Back on Sunday, it was a minivan that missed a turn here on Macedo Boulevard. That van went airborne and smashed into the major transmission line. Now, today, the Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulations informed the city that they will allow existing permitted restaurants in Port St. Lucie to cook outside as a temporary measure during this gas outage. That's certainly some good news because restaurants have been taking a huge hit over the past couple of days. Now, coming up at 5 o'clock on News Channel 5, I will talk with a man whose wallet has really been taking a hard hit because he can't work when there's no gas at his place of employment. That's coming up in an hour. We are live right now in Port St. Lucie. I'm John Shaman for The Now, South Florida.
John,
Shannon?
thank you. Skimming devices. They can quickly steal your information without you even knowing it. Today, Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputies are looking for 2 people who may have attached a skimming device to an ATM at the SunTrust Bank on Military Trail in West Boynton Beach. The device was found last month. If you can identify this man and this woman, difficult to see, we know, but if you can take a hard look at these photos and you can identify these 2 people, you're urged to call Crime Stoppers at the number we believe we were going to try to, there it is, bottom of your screen, really small, 800-458-TIPS. If you have used this ATM, by the way, you'll also want to check your bank statement and you'll need to report any suspicious purchases as well. Here in the Weather Center, and Steve Weigel. Hello.
Hello. What a great day.
It is a great day. You said a couple showers are moving through in a few parts.
And you know, anyone who gets rain, it's not going to last very long. It's moving very, very quickly. And this time of year, you can always use the rain for the gardens and the lawns. It's looking pretty nice. Actually, a look outside, beautiful. These quick moving showers coming in along with that big breeze off the ocean. There's a look at the radar loop, and you can see showers pulling in along the coast. The big storms today have been on the west coast around Fort Myers and down around Cape Coral and Marco Island. But we have hit or miss showers just about everywhere into the evening hours. And where there's a close-up look, we'll take a look at some neighborhoods here. Down around Lake Worth and Boynton Beach, we had a quick cell move through. Temperatures are in the mid-80s to 90 degrees around the Wellington area. And there's the line, Lake Worth, again around Delray. West of 441 off into Boca, and on the Treasure Coast, quiet, but a shower obviously possible, and some pretty big rains around Yeehaw Junction and to the north. We're going to talk about the forecast. Let you know if there are any changes on the way this week. Coming up, Shannon.
All right, Steve, thanks. Tonight, the Palm Beach County School Board will be voting on a plan to add another 130 buses to its fleet. It's to address the problems with broken down buses and a skyrocketing maintenance budget that the Consumer Watchdog has been investigating for us for over a year now. The Now's Ashley Hansen here with details on this. Ashley?
Well, Shannon, the board is voting tonight to spend more than $15 million to buy up to 131 new school buses. Now, the Consumer Watchdog, like you said, has been investigating issues with the district's fleet of buses for nearly 2 years now. We've heard from parents who have complained about their kids being late to school because of buses breaking down. This is the second year in a row that the school board has been asked to buy those new buses after going years without adding to the fleet. The addition of 100 buses this past August improved the number of buses breaking down. Still, though, as we reported earlier this month, 50% of the district's buses have broken down at least once this school year, and the maintenance budget doubled to $4 million. So Consumer Watchdog Jen Strathman will be at the meeting tonight. She'll have more on all of this. She'll join us live with details starting at 5.
Ashley Hansen, thanks so much.
Thanks, Shannon.
Appreciate it. It's too early to say if or when charges will be filed against the man who police say shot at George Zimmerman just yesterday. Ann McNamara joining us now. And Ann, it sounds like this one's getting pretty complicated.
It's George Zimmerman, so yes, complicated is a fair term. Here's what we do know right now. Zimmerman's out of the hospital. He was shot at yesterday while driving on a Florida road. He wasn't hit by the bullet, but instead by that broken glass. The shooter, Matthew Apperson, claims he acted in self-defense, and in fact, Apperson actually asked someone to call 911 just after that shooting. Take a listen.
Yeah, a guy just said he had to pull a gun on a guy. And now a guy right here just said he had to shoot at someone through his window, so he wants the police to come. He said it was George Zimmerman.
It's still not clear what happened. We do know Apperson claims Zimmerman actually pulled his gun out first. This is not the first time there's been an issue between the two. Back in September, they were involved in another road rage incident. You'll recall Zimmerman was acquitted in 2013 in the killing of unarmed black teenager Trayvon Martin. Since then, he's had several brushes with the law. Back to you.
Ann, thanks. Rolling Stone magazine could be shelling out big bucks for misreporting on an alleged college gang rape. An associate dean at the University of Virginia, in fact, seeking more than $7.5 million from the magazine in a defamation lawsuit that was filed just today. The top administrator dealing with sexual assaults at the university says she filed this suit to, quote, set the record straight and to hold the magazine and the writer accountable. A report published by the Columbia Graduate School of Journalism did criticize Rolling Stone for failing at virtually every step in the reporting process. Should the tents stay or go? The homeless setting up campsites at the old West Palm Beach City Hall, and the city pointing the fingers at St. Anne Catholic Church, claiming that people there could be giving these tents out to people. The Now's Brian Inton is live in downtown with this tent trouble. Brian?
Shannon, first of all, St. Anne Place, an organization that helps the homeless, very well known in West Palm Beach, says they are not the ones providing these free tents that you see out here. It could possibly be a volunteer from there that they don't know about, or it could be a member of the Catholic Church, which is right over here next door. But one thing's for sure, the tent city growing at the old City Hall ever since Sunfest. You saw there's only a few out here right now because many pack up during the day and come back at night. The West Palm spokesman says they've asked St. Anne Church to take a different approach instead of giving out tents, but St. Anne leaders insist they are not handing out the free tents.
We don't give out tents as a rule, and certainly not the quality of those, because those are expensive. I camp.
They're trying to help people, and we understand that. We're trying to help people as well. It's just that our approach is a little different from theirs.
The city emphasizing that whoever is going out, giving out the tents has good intentions, but they would like to see different ways of helping the homeless. The old City Hall will soon become a construction site for a new hotel, so the tents will have to go regardless. We have talked to people who live in these tents. They say that it is a church member who comes out here on the weekend and delivers the new tents to them. You're going to hear from the people who live here coming up all new at 5:30. Back to you, Shannon.
Brian, thanks. Parking along Atlantic Avenue in Delray Beach can be a a hassle. Tonight, city leaders will be discussing putting in parking meters to help create more parking space turnover. If the plan becomes reality, the first hour of parking would be free, essentially Monday through Friday from 9 until 5 in the evening. After that, it would be $2.50 an hour. Not everybody is happy about the idea, with some people saying they don't want to have to pay to park on Atlantic Avenue. Tonight's meeting begins at 6 o'clock. It's your money. You don't want to waste it, but you might be doing just that every single month. Coming up today on News Channel 5 at 5, how you can trim up to $7,000 from your family's budget. Looking forward to that report. Coming up on the Now. Serious tone here. An American helicopter is missing right now after trying to help earthquake victims in Nepal. What an investigation is revealing today. Plus, this adorable dog is joining the fight against domestic violence. How this cute canine is raising awareness about a deadly problem. And what if having beautiful skin was as simple as just waving a pen? The Skinny on the Skin Pen. Straight ahead.
When it's 5 o'clock on News Channel 5, you need to know what's happening right now. Local coverage everywhere.
The only local reporter in Baltimore.
Steve Winkle with weather, safety, and accuracy right when and where you need
off
it.
Boynton Beach and Delray.
The only local chopper getting you breaking news first.
What sparked a devastating fire?
Now that's local coverage you can count on. WPTV News Channel 5.
The Dodge brothers have always believed that by taking things further and pushing the limits, you can create a brand that grows as fast as it drives. One drive and you'll discover why Dodge is America's fastest growing performance brand. Join us now during the Dodge Drive and Discover event. Now get up to $3,750 total cash allowance on 2015 Dodge vehicles. Offer ends May 18th.
Entertainment reporter, video editor, voiceover artist. With so many different career opportunities in the radio and television industry, the job you want, the job you're passionate about, could be waiting for you. And there's no better place to get the training you need than at Connecticut School of Broadcasting. For over 50 years, we've placed thousands of graduates in rewarding careers. Connecticut School of Broadcasting with 2 South Florida campuses in Miami and North Palm Beach. To find out more, call 1-800-TV-RADIO or visit GoCSB.com.
This is amazing.
I love this car.
Real people are discovering surprising things at Chevy.
This is a road trip car.
We're sold. It's so pretty.
They're good-looking cars. It feels great.
Perfect. This is not what I would expect from a Chevy at all.
Get more than you expect for less than you imagined at the Chevy Memorial Day sale going on now. Get cash back for 15% of the MSRP on select 2015 models in stock the longest. That's over $4,000 on the Chevy Equinox. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Hi, I'm Chef Jamie Watson for Springer Mountain Farms Chicken. To make a great dish, you've got to start with the best ingredients. That's why at my restaurant, I choose Springer Mountain Farms. Raised on family farms that are certified by the American Humane Association, you can taste the difference. Some of the best chefs in America are using Springer Mountain Farms chicken, and now you can too. So do what I and chefs everywhere are doing. Look for Springer Mountain Farms chicken at your favorite grocery store.
Excellence. How do you find it? It's fueled by passion, thrives on persistence, and demands nothing less than total dedication. My name is Mark Anajar.
And I'm Glenn Levine.
Our mission to deliver excellence in legal services is what makes a world of difference.
Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE for a consultation.
Back here on the Now, South Florida, huge earthquake rocked Nepal less than 2 weeks after the country was devastated by that first quake. A lot of Americans in that country right now helping bring aid to those who need it. Our Ann McNamara joining us live from the Now National Desk. And Ann, we're hearing a U.S. military helicopter is missing at the moment.
Shannon, right now the Nepalese army is searching on foot in the dark for that U.S. Marine Corps chopper. It was in Nepal providing aid to victims of the first earthquake. 8 people were on the helicopter, 6 Marines, 2 Nepalese soldiers, and it disappeared over a really hard-hit village. The death toll rising from last night's 7.3 quake, which killed at least 48 in Nepal and 17 in nearby India. In Tibet, a woman was killed when falling rocks hit her car. In total, more than 1,000 people hurt. Those numbers really expected to climb. And check out this video. It's from inside Nepal's parliament. It shows the moment the quake hit. You can see he's obviously surprised. Everyone inside makes a run for it. They're trying to escape. Then the power goes out. And then the video freezes. Pretty scary stuff, Shannon.
It sure is. And were there any climbers on Everest today? Do you know?
No, there actually were no climbers or trekkers near or at Everest. Most of the mountaineering organizations there kind of called off the whole Everest season after the devastation there 2 weeks ago.
Understandable. Ann, thanks. The effort to improve diplomatic relations with Cuba does continue. President Raul Castro says that Cuba and the United States will name ambassadors to each country as soon as Cuba is removed from our terror list. Cuba's placement on that list has been there and been seen as an obstacle to the opening of full embassies. President Obama, meanwhile, announced his decision about the removal back in April. The 45-day waiting period to get off the list ends May 29th. Addiction recovery centers. It's a hot topic, really, for a lot of people, especially people living in southern Palm Beach County right now. Today, or actually tomorrow, the Delray Beach Drug Task Force, the police department, and the Greater Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce will be hosting a Twitter chat to get your questions answered. And there are a lot of them. The chat begins at noon, and people are asked to use the hashtag Delray Beach Chat. These groups say they want to use the chat to reduce the stigma surrounding addiction recovery in Delray Beach. There's a new tool to fight domestic violence right here in our state. The Now's Roxanne Stein introduces us to Darby.
Darby is the newest addition to the Florida Coalition Against Domestic Violence family. This adorable golden retriever has a double purpose, though, to raise awareness about domestic violence and animal abuse. The campaign is called Darby Against Domestic Violence, and it's part of a launch that's online. It's an online blitz that will highlight programs and services that are not only offered by the coalition, the state coalition, but the state's 42 certified domestic violence centers. You can follow Darby on Facebook. This is her Facebook page. She already has 3,400 likes. It introduces her as a puppy, and she also has a Twitter handle, and you see her being introduced here. Her first tweet, "I'm a dog on a mission to end domestic violence." And it also talks about animal abuse as well. And this is a very serious campaign. A woman is battered every 15 seconds, and in our state, 187 deaths were attributed to domestic violence. Also, at the centers where the domestic violence shelters, women told counselors that their abuser had threatened to hurt or had killed a family pet. If you're a victim of domestic violence, you don't need to suffer in silence. You can start with these social media pages to get more information, follow Darby, or get in touch with the Florida Coalition Against Domestic Violence. For the Now, I'm Roxanne Stein.
Thanks, Roxanne, for bringing that message to us. It was a mixed bag of results for mid-size SUVs in the latest round of small overlap crash tests. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety says the best performer overall was the redesigned Nissan Murano. Ford's Flex earned an acceptable rating and qualified for top safety pick. The Dodge Durango, the Jeep Cherokee, and Hyundai Santa Fe, they all earned marginal ratings. The worst performer? The Dodge Journey. It was given an overall poor rating. Imagine erasing wrinkles, acne scars, and more with the stroke of a pen just like this. A new device that's about this size. It's not my pen, but it's about this size. Is doing just that with no downtime at all. It is called the Skin Pen. An in-office rejuvenation treatment. It can help with fine lines and wrinkles, even stretch marks. Doctors say it is great for people scarred by acne and can be used on all skin types.
It essentially pokes hundreds of fine columns of tissue damage into the skin through the microneedles. And this allows new collagen and elastin to come in and actually make the skin brighter and smoother.
It costs about $400 to $500 per treatment. Doctors say you'll notice a glow and smoother appearance almost immediately. If Florida had a state shoe, it would be the flip-flop, right? They're the common staple in our wardrobes, but there are certain occasions where they're just not appropriate. The Now's Holly Davis has more on that for us.
Here are the 6 times that experts, many doctors, say that you should never wear flip-flops. First off, when you're doing yard work. Lawnmowers and open-toed shoes, probably not a great combination. Also, walking the dog. Think about how much bacteria you're exposing your feet to, especially if you have diabetes. This is really dangerous, so think about that. Next, when you're standing behind a cash register or, for instance, waiting in line at the DMV, you just don't get the support you need. It could trigger some painful medical problems down the road. Also, no flip-flops while you're cooking. Think bacon grease or boiling water. Another good tip, exercising. You see several people wearing flip-flops at the gyms. Don't risk it. It could lead to long-term problems with your spine, knees, and ankles. And then finally, driving down the highway. An accident waiting to happen if your foot gets caught under that brake or gas pedal. Easier said than done, but better to play it safe. Shannon?
All right, Holly, thanks. Here with Steve Weigel, you're hard at work, looking at a few things.
I'm watching the radar because we still have these showers, and they're all over the place. And they move very quickly. So one area that'll pick up some rainfall, it won't last very long, and then another area will pick it up in the next half hour. So there's a look at the current radar, and you can see that showers, really quick-moving rains pulling in. Not expecting any thunderstorms, at least not here. Obviously, the west coast of Florida getting the big storms today. Some are moving off the coast there. We just have these really quick-moving rain cells. There's another one that'll move into Riviera and around the Juno Beach area. Actually, it's almost to the coast now. Look at that, Singer Island around MacArthur State Park. Also some rainfall working in around Wellington and Royal Palm, some more offshore. There's a wider view. So into the evening, just I bring an umbrella just in case, because I can't guarantee rain everywhere, but definitely there's some around. The Treasure Coast has some rain, although some more offshore that'll work in tonight too. We are looking at the same weather pattern for tomorrow and for most of this week. We'll talk more about that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, see you then, Steve. Thanks. Just ahead on the Now, a wedding day prank inspired by a fierce football rivalry. Wait until you hear what one bride did to her man. Shameless, I might say. Also, an important recall to tell you about for parents and caregivers, the problems with thousands of child safety gates right now. We'll tell you about it when we come right back.
Said yachting is too expensive. Climb aboard a spectacular 2-hour cruise aboard the Lady Del Rey or Lady Atlantic. Enjoy cool drinks and great food prepared right on board. The scenery and marine life make it a wonderful adventure for families, friends, or special events. Find us at DelReyYachtCruises.com.
It is very difficult to get into a cardiovascular ICU. I think this is a testament to the quality of education provided by Kaiser University to even be considered for this position as a recent graduate. The hands-on learning definitely has helped me in my real-world practice. My name is Daniel Hargrove. I'm currently a registered nurse at one of the largest hospitals in Florida. I was able to get into this position because of Kaiser University.
It is a weak man who urges compromise. The Cadillac 2015 SRX. Current GM lessees can lease it from around $339 per month. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today for this attractive offer.
The Off Outdoor Refresher Course, Sunsets. Hello, you. And you, too. Meet outside, where the golden hour is approaching, along with the Buzzy Suck Squad. It's been a while, but you can do this. Step 1, open door. Step 2, activate off clip-on. Mosquito protection you don't spray on. Step 3, face west. Get back out there with off clip-on. Keep bugs off.
SC Johnson, a family company.
Listen up. I'm reworking the menu. Veggies, you're cool. Mayo, corn dogs, you are so out of here.
The complete balanced nutrition of great tasting Ensure, with 9 grams of protein and 26 vitamins and minerals.
And now, with twice as much vitamin D, which up to 90% of people don't get enough of.
The Sunshine Vitamin. Ensure now has 2 times more vitamin D to support strong bones. Ensure, take life in.
New perspectives lead to new perceptions, like the one you get behind the wheel of the all-new Chrysler 200. With its unrivaled craftsmanship and superior fuel efficiency, you won't look at sedans the same way again. One drive and you'll discover why the Chrysler 200's popularity is growing faster than any sedan in its segment. Join us now during the Chrysler Drive and Discover event. Well-qualified current lessees of competitive vehicles can lease the 2015 Chrysler 200 Limited for $199 a month.
Who said yachting is too expensive? Climb aboard a spectacular 2-hour cruise aboard the Lady Del Rey or Lady Atlantic. Enjoy cool drinks and great food prepared right on board. The scenery and marine life make it a wonderful adventure for families, friends, or special events. Find us at DelReyYachtCruises.com.
Back here on the Now South Florida, it's no secret. Football rules when it comes to college fans. But what happens when two gridiron rivals decide to tie the knot? It's happened around here a couple of times. This is a really good story. And the Now's Jay Cashmere may be able to shed a little light on this for us. Here's the story of one fan's ultimate gotcha moment on her wedding day. This is shameless behavior, I think.
It's shameless.
She's shameless. It's shameful, and she's
This is one of the best stories I think we've done on your show, especially for me, because I'm an Alabama grad, as you are. My wife is a Florida Gator, so it resonated a little bit with us. That's right. Here's what happened. Robert Sabin and Amanda Perrion have a very similar relationship. The groom is an Alabama Crimson Tide fan, the bride a graduate of the University of Florida. Now, Sabin ordered the groom's cake for his wedding day, featuring Alabama's head coach Nick Saban holding a BCS championship trophy, riding the elephant at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Glorious here. Take a good look at the cake, though. Perrion caught wind of this order and seized the chance to pull the best prank on her man. She called the bakery, told them to dye the inside of the cake orange and blue for her alma mater. So here's the look on the groom's cake when he cut into it. It's absolutely priceless. Just a little rivalry here between husband and wife. Nothing wrong with that, right?
I think she got him.
It's probably one of the best stories trending online. Both universities are getting the biggest kick out of this right now.
Like I said, shameless behavior.
Shameless, but it's all in good fun.
Did you see that cake, Michael?
Michael, University of Florida grad.
Again, because I don't think...
I sure wear my Gators.
You know, there hasn't...
Somebody took all my Gator stuff away.
That's because you guys haven't won in a while.
Well, there's always this year. There's always this year. That's all right.
I just need to stretch.
Thank you, everybody in the newsroom.
I just need to stretch. Well, certainly hope they have good taste and send the kids to a good school, an accredited school in Gainesville.
Okay.
Roll Tide, Michael. Roll Tide, buddy.
Oh, boy.
Let's take it out on the gridiron, okay?
A little tough. There's always tomorrow, and they're back counting championships. So, anyway, we haven't done too shabby in Gainesville, but great stories. I love those.
Absolutely, except for this last year.
Yeah, we'll check in on that same couple in 3 years, see if they're
still married,
still together.
What are you working on for 5?
You talked about at the top of the newscast, but of course, for any parent, school buses. Do we have enough?
Yep.
We've done a lot of reporting on not only do we have enough, but are they run well enough? We're going to be looking in tonight on a decision on whether to add a significant number of school buses in Palm Beach County, which is, of course, important to every parent, both to your child's comfort, convenience, and safety, and we're going to check in on that.
And we should be mentioning that all of this coming to light, a good portion of it anyway, because of Jen Strathman's hard work through the last year and a half.
She's been a bulldog on it.
We'll see you at 5. Thanks, Michael. Still ahead here on The Now. Fans supporting Tom Brady. Find out what they're doing right now after the football star was suspended. Also coming up, countless different looks with just one pair of glasses. We're going to show you the new and unique eyewear people are talking about all over the place.
It's bugging you, South Florida? You spoke up, and we want to help. News Channel 5, covering local news everywhere. We visit the concerns about the homeless and what Palm Beach is doing to help those in need. This hot topic at 6:05 tomorrow on WPTV News Channel 5.
When you have a hole in your neck, don't face the shower head. Keep your stomach covered when you're outside. Be very careful shaving. Get used to eating only soft foods. Clean out your speech valve twice a day.
Find 3 ways to quit at tobaccofreeflorida.com. Call, click, or come in.
My husband had stopped for an animal in the road. A truck came along and did not stop.
Elaine turned to us to help fight for the care and money her husband deserved.
Kogan and DeSalvo, they're all wonderful people. They work very hard. They never quit. They don't give up. If there's any other avenues that they can explore, they'll do it to help you as much as they can. We've been very fortunate to have them.
If you or a loved one has been seriously injured, call Kogan and DeSalvo now.
Right now, there is no more challenging and exciting place than healthcare,
And right now, you can advance your career in nursing by completing your Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree at South University's College of Nursing and Public Health. Right now, we are accepting those who hear the call to serve, those who have a passion for joining other dedicated healthcare practitioners. Right now, you can find your future in nursing. So call or visit us online right now.
Right now.
Right now. Right now.
Right now.
We've been thinking. There's a sound a ball makes when it catches nothing but net. Everyone loves that sound, that precision. At GMC, we get that. Nothing separates the men from the boys. Like nothing but net. This is precision. This is GMC. Now during the GMC Spring Sales Event, get over $7,100 total value on specially equipped 2015 GMC Acadia SLT models. Swish.
Hi, I'm Mike Sonsini, one of the owners of Screen Builders. You may have seen news reports about a fraudulent company with a name similar to ours. I'd like to set the record straight. Our company, Screen Builders, has been serving the South Florida community for 28 years. We don't cut corners. So remember, we're the original Screen Builders. We're here to stay and will continue serving you with honesty, integrity, and customer service.
At Longhorn, if you want steak, lucky you. If you don't want steak, lucky you. It's Longhorn favorites, the Outlaw Ribeye, the Longhorn Salmon, and the Parmesan Crusted Chicken. Only at Longhorn Steakhouse. You can't fake steak.
With some breaking news to pass along, we've just learned a police officer who killed an unarmed biracial teen in Madison, Wisconsin, will not face charges. The Dane County District Attorney saying that the officer used lawful deadly force. Officer Matt Kenny shot and killed 19-year-old Tony Robinson in March, setting off days of protests in that city. Robinson's death came amid lingering tensions over the killings by police elsewhere of other unarmed African Americans. That naturally seized national attention. Kenny and other officers who were there say that Robinson punched Kenny in the head, and Kenny shot Robinson in the head, the torso, and the arm as well. Here now, the news you need to know in 90 seconds. Hundreds of gas company workers right now beginning the process of restoring service to 6,000 customers in St. Lucie and Martin counties today. Workers finished the process of turning off all of the meters. Now they have to physically go into each home and business and reset all of those appliances. The investigation into the shooting involving George Zimmerman continues today, but police today said they found a handgun in Zimmerman's car and took 2 guns from the man accused of shooting him. No charges have been filed against Zimmerman or Matthew Apperson. Apperson says he shot at Zimmerman in self-defense and even asked someone to call 911 just after the shooting. Zimmerman and Apperson were involved in a road rage episode last September, but no charges were ever filed in that case. Also happening tonight, Delray Beach City leaders discussing putting in parking meters to help create more parking space turnover. If the plan becomes a reality, the first hour of parking would basically be free Monday through Friday from 9 in the morning until 5 p.m. After that, it would cost you $2.50 an hour. Tonight's meeting begins at 6 o'clock, and that is your news in 90. Deflategate. Get used to hearing that a lot more. While Tom Brady will be appealing his suspension, Ann McNamara at the Now National Desk is telling us some fans are actually rounding up cash to help with that $1 million fine.
That's right. Some Patriot fans are so disappointed with the NFL's decision to punish their team. They want to chip in to pay that fine, and many have already donated to a GoFundMe campaign. You can't make this up. Obviously, the Patriots don't really need the charity, but it does give upset fans one more way to vent their frustration. But what people will really be keeping their eye on, Tom Brady's appeal. An investigation found it was more probable than not Brady knew about the deflation of the footballs. He suspended 4 games. All of this started when the league discovered the Patriots used underinflated footballs in their defeat of the Indianapolis Colts in that AFC Championship game. The Patriots then went on to win the Super Bowl. Back to you, Ann.
Thanks. If you've ever wondered about the quality of your water, one of the home improvement stores out there is offering a way to get your water tested for free. Did you hear about this? It sounds like a pretty good idea, but our consumer watchdog heard complaints from homeowners who took the company up on this offer. They say the salesperson used scare tactics to sell expensive products. One woman told us that the salesman even warned her of the risk of cancer.
I was like, wait. I'm like, what do you mean cancer? I'm like, from what? I'm like, how?
The consumer watchdog uses hidden cameras to put the water test to the test. You're going to see what happened tonight on News Channel 5 at 11, only on News Channel 5 again at WPTV. A child's toy being recalled because it presents a choking risk. We're talking about more than 13,000 of these police press and go toy cars. They're manufactured by Schilling. The hat on the policeman's head right there can come off, and it can choke a child. The good news, so far no injuries have been reported. These vehicles were sold at specialty and gift stores between April of 2010 through this year. If you have one, you should return it. You'll get a full refund by calling the company. Here's the number to dial. It's right there on your screen, 1-800-767-8697. And a product that is supposed to protect your child is also being recalled tonight. 58,000 of these things, white safety gates from IKEA. They're affected. The problem, friction between the wall and the pressure-mounted safety gate is insufficient to hold it in place. 3 children have been injured falling down stairs after these gates failed. They were sold between August 1995 through February of this year, so quite a stretch there. If you do have one, you should stop using it immediately. Return it to any IKEA store for a full refund. Imagine this, 1 pair of glasses, a dozen different looks. We told you about this story a minute ago. We used the wrong video, so we're going to show you the video now. For one mom, this idea is becoming a reality, but she needs a little help to make it happen. The Now's Joanne Purton has the story.
It's a flashy Kickstarter campaign.
Frames that match every outfit you ever bought. Mix and match with just one match. Everywhere you go, they'll ask, where you get those at?
Hi, Kickstarter. My name is Wendy Warshower, and I'm the creator of a new eyewear system called iChange.
What it is exactly in a minute.
So these are them.
But first, the idea came to Wendy Warshower one day when she was looking through her pile of glasses for just the right pair to match her outfit.
And I realized that my vision had changed, so I couldn't see through any of them. What a colossal waste of money. Right. So I just thought, you know what, there's a way. There is a way. And iChange was born that day.
Her vision started taking shape. 1 pair of glasses with lots of different looks. She's designed 4 different frames, square, round, smaller, and bigger.
This one is the Emster.
Okay.
Let's try that one on you. I have a good feeling about it.
Let's see. I don't think I look good in glasses. But
I kind of do think you look good in glasses, and I am totally not just saying that.
Okay.
Now just plop them on.
Wow. They just set right
That's
on.
it! New look.
In fact, look at some of the different looks, all with the same pair of frames. Different rims and trims that magnetically attach to the frames. Wendy has spent some $50,000 to get her idea to this point, and that brings us back to the Kickstarter campaign. She's hoping to raise $75,000 to take iChange to the next step.
The more money we make, the more mainframes that we can offer.
And the sky's the limit for the rims and trims.
If you wanted something just for fun, for example, you wanted to say happy 40th birthday at a birthday party, or happy birthday to me, or whatever you wanted, we're going to try to think of everything.
The rims and trims will average about $25, the frames $200. Wendy has already lined up a family-owned company in Walled Lake to make the prescription lenses. Now she just needs that money and is hoping her vision has people doing a double take and opening up their wallets.
Isn't that a great idea? Why didn't I think of that? Wendy, by the way, is a hospice nurse. She says if this takes off for her, she plans on donating part of her proceeds to 3 causes: end-of-life care and education, depression, and dementia research as well. Way to go. Still to come here on The Now. A firefighter responded to a call he will never forget. Now, a happy ending and a love story that will surely last a lifetime.
While driving can cost you your life. The attorneys of Cersei Denny, taking time to care.
I'm so relieved my mom decided to get some help from Whitsom's Nursing. She tried other companies, but they didn't work out. Whitsom's has a great reputation for matching the best caregivers with their patients. Now, Mom's happy, and I have peace of mind knowing she's getting the care she needs.
Whitsom's Nursing Service has been providing quality home health care by matching the best caregivers with our patients since 1996. Call Whitsom's for all your nursing and home health care needs, or log on to whitsoms.com.
I don't believe you.
No way.
How's that possible?
That's crazy.
I don't believe you.
I find that really hard to believe.
I don't know about that.
No way.
2 pairs of glasses for $69.95 with a free eye exam.
I paid way too much.
It's true. At America's Best, we've been selling quality eyewear at low prices for 35 years. Call 1-800-2PAIR or visit americasbest.com today.
You dreamt of a condo next to the train. Then I showed you how it shook as it came. And you saw close to and next to are not quite the same. Let a RE/MAX agent guide you. RE/MAX, dream with your eyes open.
Nissan gave a lucky few the ride of their life in the 2015 Nissan Altima. Nissan Altima with blind spot warning and up to 270 horsepower. Get the ride of your life at your local Nissan store. Lease the 38 MPG Highway Altima just $189 per month, or get a $219 per month lease on Rogue. Offers end June 1st. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Nissan, innovation that excites.
If you've been injured on the job, the interruption in regular paychecks can be devastating to your family. Don't rely on the insurance company or your employer to be looking out for your best interest. At Gordon & Donner, we built ForTheInjured.com so you can spend all the time you need having your questions answered, or have a live chat 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 333-3333 or visit ForTheInjured.com. Gordon & Donner, For the Injured.
When we made the Jeep Cherokee, we didn't stop at a stunning interior or at advanced technologies or stop at that gas station or from going over bumps or rocks or through rivers. Let's just say we couldn't stop ourselves. One drive and you'll discover why the Jeep brand continues to be the best-selling SUV brand. Join us now during the Jeep Drive and Discover event. Well-qualified current lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on Cherokee Latitude front-wheel drive for $259 a month.
Consumer Watchdog alerted.
Do you think your tests are really accurate?
They claim our water isn't safe, but is it true? Tonight on WPTV News Channel 5 at 11.
Back here on the Now South Florida, this is a story that's gotten a lot of reaction in the newsroom today after a Clearwater paramedic helped save a victim of domestic violence. The two reconnected, and you know where this is going. You can see the picture here. They fell in love. Cue the Kleenex. The Now's Rachel Lado here with their story today. Yeah, let's turn her all the way around here.
Shannon, so it was 3 years ago. Melissa Dohm, she was stabbed 32 times by her ex-boyfriend. 32 times, believe it or not.
Goodness.
So he stabbed her in the face, the back, the neck, the shoulders, hands. So fast forward to Monday night, when Dohm was scheduled to throw the first pitch at the Tampa Bay Rays game on behalf of Hands Across the Bay, an organization that helps family in need. As she takes the field, her rescuer, Cameron Hill, he surprises her.
Where is he? He's coming?
We're waiting for him. Here
Cameron
he comes,
Hill.
here he comes,
He's on
here
his
he
way.
comes.
Here he comes. You see the cameraman running, so you know he's on his way.
So there's Cameron. He
Okay.
rescued her 3 years ago.
You mean he showed up with paramedics on the scene? Unbelievable.
And so on the ball it says, "Will you marry me?" It's just adorable. So he slips the ring on her finger, and you can see her little hand shaking later on in the video. But she, of course, said yes. It's just one of those stories that tugs at your heart. We love it.
Oh, that's so great. Look at her. All right, we got to watch this. Hold on to the video here. Let's stay with it. Stay with it. This is good stuff.
It is.
Rachel.
It's a great story, and it's such a happy ending for her after going through something so horrible.
And you said it's going wild on the internet right
Wild.
now. Right.
Everybody's watching it.
Of course. Thank you. See you soon. Still ahead here on the Now, parents of Natalie Holloway not giving up on finding justice for their little girl. The new lead they are now pursuing in that case. Also coming up, a majority of Americans agree with putting body cameras on police, but there are drawbacks and some potentially are very dangerous. The pros and cons coming up.
When it's 5 o'clock on News Channel 5, you need to know what's happening right now. Local coverage everywhere.
The only local reporter in Baltimore.
Steve Lingle with weather, safety, and accuracy right when and where you need
off
it.
Boynton Beach and Delray.
The only local chopper getting you breaking news first.
What sparked a devastating fire?
Now that's local coverage you can count on. WPTV News Channel 5.
Being a nurse is about dedication. It's about compassion. It's about teamwork, helping one another, and pulling together. It's about hard work, strength, and determination. And at the end of the day, you'll know you were there to make a difference when it mattered most. Call Kaiser University today at 1-888-212-0107.
Watch the Honda Sports Desk for the latest local and national sports, powered by ESPN 106.3. Every night at 11, only on News Channel 5. Sponsored by the South Florida Honda Dealers. Visit sfhondadealers.com to find the dealer nearest you.
Hi, I'm Chandra Bill, here with my friend Spiro to tell you about Good Greek Painting. Choosing the right color can really transform your house into a home. With their free color consultation service, you'll love the results as much as I did.
Thanks, Chandra. Let the Good Greek give you the same high-quality experience you deserve, on time and on budget.
Thank you, Good Greek Painting, for turning my house into a home.
Visit goodgreekpainting.com. Good Greek Painting.
Turn your house into a home.
I'm outside. Where are you?
I'm right here. I'm in the Buick.
I don't see a Buick.
Oh, got it.
Encore, the expectation-shattering crossover from Buick.
Wow.
Now current lessees, switch to Buick and lease this 2015 Encore for around $199 a month with $479 due at signing.
Tonight, you decide who moves on to the voice finale.
Woo! I'm so excited.
Which voice will you vote for live in the last instant save of the season? The Voice live tonight at 8, 7 Central on NBC.
Tonight,
we lost control of the fire.
The season finale.
Hey!
You've been in an accident, and now you have a choice. You can call Rubenstein Law at 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Just last year, we recovered over $75 million for our clients. The choice is yours. Rubenstein Law.
Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
Right now, a manatee that was trapped in a water pump in Fort Lauderdale is recovering at a veterinarian's office. According to wildlife officials, the manatee was found by Public Works employees performing a routine check on a storm drain. The female manatee was stuck in about 10 feet of water. Firefighters had to drain about 5 feet off just to be able to get inside and push this manatee then onto a crane. The area where the manatee was trapped, it had metal poles sticking out, and it really caused a lot of injury to her nose there. You can see that, and other parts of her body too. Goodness, she's really banged up. The manatee will be taken to the Miami Seaquarium, where she will be nursed back to health. Makes you so sad to see stuff like that, Steve.
Yeah, I missed the top of that. Was that a boating accident?
No, an injured manatee got stuck in a storm drain.
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Also tricky for, I'm out there on the water a lot, and you got to be really careful. Keep an eye out for them because they're just under the surface a lot of the time.
And it's this time of year, right? We're starting to enter into where they're really out there.
Yeah, they're moving all over the place, and they're up the rivers and the inlets looking for some warm water too. Yeah. And we have some water on the radar. I want to show you the rain that's moving into the gardens now. Actually, some pretty good rains that are pulling into that area along PGA Boulevard. Also, a little farther north, up into the Treasure Coast, we have some spotty showers that'll pull in tonight. So, rain possible tonight, Shannon, and the chance for a shower tomorrow. We'll have your full forecast at 5.
See you then, Steve. Thanks. There could finally be a new lead in the disappearance of Natalie Holloway. The high school senior disappeared 10 years ago. Can you believe it? She was on a senior trip to Aruba. Ann McNamara joining us live from the Now National Desk with why her father is now headed back to the island. Ann?
Well, Shannon, because of that new lead, and the new lead is a witness who claims he was one of the last people to see Natalie Holloway alive. Jurian De Jong coming forward with this harrowing tale, saying he saw Natalie with Joran van der Sloot, the man who's always been the main suspect in this case. De Jong says he saw the two near a construction site. They went into a building. 5 minutes later, van der Sloot came out carrying Natalie in his arms. De Jong says van der Sloot slammed her body on the ground and made an opening in a crawl space. He said he, quote, knew she was dead. Van der Sloot was arrested twice, but never charged. Now he's serving a 28-year sentence in Peru for the murder of another woman. Natalie's body, of course, Shannon, was never found.
Yeah, Ann, thanks. Now look at what is making national and international news. Ashley Hinson standing by in the feed room with what's coming in on the satellites right now. Ashley?
Well, Shannon, another earthquake hits Nepal just 2 weeks after the first, killed thousands of people. Crews on the ground are still trying to figure out just how extensive the devastation is. So far, at least 40 people are confirmed dead there. 8,000 people were killed in a similar magnitude quake, like I said, 2 weeks ago. In Connecticut, a serial killer investigation gets more gruesome as police discover the remains of 4 people behind a strip mall, the same area where 3 women's bodies were already found. Police believe one person is responsible, but have not said who. For many of us, AOL is a blast from the past, but Verizon is putting it back in the headlines, buying the company for a whopping $4.4 billion. The transaction will be finalized this summer, and the two companies will merge under the name Verizon. It's official. President Obama's presidential library will be at the University of Chicago. It beat out several competitors, all of which had ties to the president, including the University of Hawaii. The president was born in Honolulu. And finally, one that'll leave you shaking your head. A woman gives birth on a 10-hour flight from Canada to Japan, and she never knew she was pregnant. Apparently, she started to have stomach pains 2 hours into the flight. Doctors on board hooked her up to an IV, but then a few hours later, she told doctors, something fell out of me. That's when the doc saw a head. Unbelievable. Both mommy and baby Shannon are doing just fine. And that's your news in 90.
Hard. You see my face? Hard to believe.
I can't see your face. I have a monitor, but I can only imagine.
We turned the monitor around to me. Anyway, it looks like this, Ashley. Really? Okay.
Really?
All right. Just report it, right? Can't make this stuff up. Ashley, thanks. 2 local high schools have been named among the best in our state. U.S. News and World Report came out with the best of the best today. Dreyfus School of the Arts in West Palm Beach has been ranked number 9 among Florida high schools and 68th nationally. Suncoast High School was right up there, too. They came in at number 11 in our state and 71st in the nation. Hope you're not afraid of heights. Right this minute, showing us today an icy climb in Switzerland that was all captured on a GoPro camera.
What's up the now? I'm Beth Troutman. And I'm Gail Bass, and I got some ice cold video to show you. This from Kandersteg, Switzerland. 2 guys are ice climbers. They say this part of Switzerland known for all these ice falls, so they decided, let's climb up one. And as you can see in this beautiful video, they are doing it like it's no problem. But as you can see, it's slippery than heck climbing up there.
This is spectacular that people have figured out a way to do this.
It took them several hours to get up and about an hour to get back down. But as you can see, it was a fun trip for those 2. For me, I'd rather just take a picture from the bottom.
For all the latest videos, you can catch us on Right This Minute.
Thanks, ladies. Watch and win. You have your chance to win $500. We're going to get that monitor going. If you are watching WPTV News Channel 5 weekdays from 6 to 7 in the morning with John, Rox, Glenn, and Lisa, you listen for the money word of the day. You enter by 2 in the afternoon. You have that chance to win the $500. We all know how it goes by now, right? Today's winner is Susan T. from Lake Park. Congratulations, Susan T. Again, you watch in the morning from 6 to 7. You enter the word on WPTV, and you have a chance to win $500. Good luck. Here in the newsroom once again with Kelly Dunn. Looking forward to the 5 o'clock news. What are you working on today?
Good. As I think I heard you say it earlier in the newscast, maybe it was about something else, about how we all love to save money. And when it comes to our household budgets, I bet if you really broke it down, you would be shocked at how much you are wasting. John Matarese is going to have the top money wasters, and it's not just stuff like this.
I know.
It's not just that. You know, it's a lot of other things you really don't think of that add up.
Right.
So
eating out.
That is definitely,
that's a problem in our house.
I know,
because
you get busy,
down, I know.
and then you add, when you really put pen to paper and you do those numbers, it's pretty shocking. There are other things though that I would have never thought of,
really,
that really can add up and really change your budget. So interesting stuff.
We should maybe issue a challenge, maybe in the next month or something, and everybody say for a week we'll write everything down, and we'll come clean, maybe help each other along.
Exactly.
That might be a good segment. You okay back there, Michael?
You okay there, Michael?
He's a Gator fan, you know. Oh no, you are too.
Have a good trip. That could have been a really good moment.
Only at 4 do you get this good kind of comedy, okay? Here's one customer that you'd want to serve for sure. Newsy's Megan Judy tells us what an art collector left in his will for 2 waitresses.
If you work in a restaurant, you probably appreciate your regulars. But 2 New York City waitresses are even more grateful after a beloved customer included them in his will. Renowned art collector Robert Ellsworth left a $50,000 tip for each of his 2 favorite waitresses at Donahue Steakhouse, Maureen Donahue Peters and her niece, Maureen Berry. ABC reports, despite being a frequent customer, Ellsworth didn't know their last names.
So he said $50,000 to Maureen at Donahue's and $50,000 to Maureen at Donahue's niece, Maureen.
It's one heck of a tip. Humor aside, Ellsworth was truly loved at the restaurant. Donahue Peters told the New York Post, out of 8 meals, he ate 7 here. We were his dining room.
Very down to earth, very nice. He'd help anyone out. I'd much rather have him here than have the money.
Ellsworth passed away last August at the age of 85. The New York Times reports, although he never graduated from high school, he became one of the biggest dealers of Asian art in the country. For a biography of Ellsworth, as well as an idea of his collections, head to Auction House Christie's website. It seems fitting he preferred not to conduct sales in a gallery, but invited buyers as guests into his living room. Although his worth at the time of his death was roughly $200 million, the New York Post reports one of his favorite meals, it was a cheap one, grilled cheese with bacon. Barry called him a wonderful man and a dear friend. For Newsy, I'm Megan Judy. Watch Newsy 24/7 on your TV or download the Newsy app for on-the-go updates.
Thanks, Newsy. Always helpful. Verizon Wireless and Sprint agreed to pay up to settle charges that they each allowed bogus charges to make their way onto customers' monthly bills. According to federal regulators, these two mobile providers had partnered with third-party vendors, and they basically sell premium text messaging services like daily horoscopes and trivia. However, consumers who had not signed up for these services were charged anyway, typically about $9.99 a month. Verizon Wireless has agreed to pay $90 million to settle the charges with the FCC. Sprint has agreed to pay $68 million. Most of the money will be used to refund duped consumers. Consumer wins out. Think you can spot a phishing email? Think again. The Now's Rachel Leto here with how to avoid becoming a phishing email victim.
Yeah, so according to a recent survey or security quiz, only 3% of people worldwide were able to correctly identify destructive phishing emails. So we put together some tips for everybody to stay safe online.
You think you've heard this before, but I'm fascinated.
We're just not learning. So keep your security software and browsers up to date. A browser is what you use to surf the net, like Explorer, Safari, or Chrome. Hover over links to identify obvious fakes. This one's really easy to do. You literally take your mouse and you hover over that link without clicking. You'll be able to see where the link wants to take you. If it looks strange, don't click it. And take your time, inspect those emails for obvious red flags like misspelled words, fake URLs, and suspicious images. You know, the ones that don't really look like your bank logo. And always forward those phishing emails to spam@uce.gov and to the company or bank or organization that's being impersonated in the email. And of course, you never, ever, ever, ever want to give away any of your personal information like credit card numbers, home address, security numbers. And when in doubt, Shannon, I always just delete.
I do the same.
Yeah.
And I'm not as smart as you, but I learned from you.
Yes, good.
Thanks. Body cameras. In recent months, more and more Americans want all police officers wearing them, believing that cameras could remove the veil of police brutality and at the same time protect officers from false accusations of abuse. But are cameras the best solution? Ann McNamara spoke to an officer and an industry insider about the pros and the cons.
There are privacy concerns about cost, questions about when the cameras can be turned off. The officer I spoke to says body cameras are beneficial, but they're not a quick fix.
The arrests of Freddie Gray and Eric Garner, the death of Tamir Rice, caught on tape, but not by body cameras. All are high-profile cases involving accusations of police brutality against black men. The question, would the cases have come to light if not for cameras that just happened to be recording?
It is valuable because even the officer, in the heat of the moment, fast-acting events, even the officer can forget to some degree what exactly happened.
Body cameras seem to be the one thing almost every American agrees on. A recent New York Times poll shows more than 90% favor officers wearing them. Supporters point to a 2012 study in Rialto, California, where use of force dropped by 60% and complaints against police fell 88% compared to the year before.
The public wants transparency from us.
San Francisco Police Sergeant Adam Platinga is also the author of 400 Things Cops Know. He says one of the major drawbacks of body cameras is
if you have an officer-involved shooting, should officers, or any use of force or any critical incident, should officers be allowed to watch the footage before they write the police report? That's a big hang-up for some departments.
And companies who sell body cams say departments are slow to use the technology, though they have seen a rising number of inquiries. Michael Bauman works at Data 911.
Cost is certainly the highest and largest problem that they have. The cost can be $1,000 to $2,000 to get a body camera. The storage cost can be $500 to $1,000 per year just to store it.
So it seems cameras may play only a part in a much bigger solution.
They're not a quick fix, but they're great evidence. And I think they'll go a long way in sort of a positive way forward.
Departments across the country are in test phases. Data 911 says interest really spiked last August, that same month Michael Brown died. Now they get 2 and 3 inquiries a day, not just for info, for hard quotes. At the Now National Desk, I'm Ann McNamara.
Ann, thank you. That'll do it for the Now South Florida News Channel 5 at 5. Begins right now.
Right now on News Channel 5. New at 5, a WPTV consumer alert. What the latest crash tests reveal about SUV safety. Broken down school buses. What it will cost to get new ones. Save thousands more every year. South Florida's top money wasters. And what may have caused Tiger and Lindsay's breakup. WPTV News Channel 5 at 5 begins right now.
And breaking news, the family of a biracial Wisconsin teenager shot and killed by a police officer expected to release a statement soon. You see the teen there. This comes about 45 minutes after it was announced the white police officer will not be charged with Tony Robinson's death. The unarmed teen was shot March 6th. The district attorney noted his own background as, quote, the first district attorney of color in Wisconsin before detailing evidence that led, he said, to his decision that the officer should not be charged.
A $15 million decision is about to be made that could help make your child's ride to and from school a little more dependable. The money would buy 130 new school buses and help alleviate the problems with late and broken down buses that the Consumer Watchdog has been investigating.
All of this going on in Palm Beach County. Jen Strathman joins us live from the Palm Beach County School District headquarters with more. Jen?
Vote about the school district and buying more buses. Parents have been complaining to me and the school district about their kids getting to school late because their child's bus broke down on the side of the road or didn't arrive on time. Now, this is the second year in a row that the school district has been asked to vote to spend millions of dollars on new buses. And we have found that there has been some improvement since the district added 110 new school buses this beginning of this year. Still, half of the district's buses, though, have broken down at least once this year. And the district's maintenance budget is $4 million a year, up from a projected $2 million 2 years ago. The district has blamed state funding cuts for the reason that it hasn't had the money to buy new buses. But the transportation director says getting new buses is the best solution.
It's going to help us to increase our bus routes to close to 40% after we purchase all these vehicles. We'll have 40% newer buses on routes.
Now, the board meeting is just starting in the next room over. We'll be sure to bring it to you live once the decision is voted on. Reporting live, I'm Consumer Watchdog Jen Strathman, fighting for you.
Tonight, the first step in getting the gas turned back on for 6,000 Treasure Coast customers is done, but it could still take another couple days to get service to everyone. News Channel 5's John Shainman live in Port St. Lucie, where he has seen the impact this outage has had on businesses and people. John?
Well, that's right, Kelly. We've mentioned in the past how many businesses like restaurants have been heavily impacted. Well, the people whose livelihood depends on those restaurants being open are also feeling the pinch. With 3 active boys, Jaden, Brody, and Cash,
I'm almost going to 4 years.
Derek Brown is always on his toes.
That's why mommies usually dress you guys.
He balances being a dad with taking college classes and working as a cook at the West End Grill in Port St. Lucie. But so far this week, he hasn't been to work.
Came in Sunday morning to open for brunch, and we couldn't light anything. Then we got the phone calls that gas was out for the whole area.
While Derek loves being able to spend time with the boys at the park, he can't spend as much money when he's not working.
There's no safety net for us living hand to mouth trying to get by the best we can.
Derek says his bosses are empathetic, but they're just trying to figure out how to keep the business going until it reopens.
We hopefully should be opening tomorrow. Best case scenario. Worst case scenario would be tomorrow night.
Because Derek says playtime is fun, but he needs to get back to work.
I've been in restaurants for over a decade now. I've never seen a problem like this last this long. I mean, I've seen a day tops. It's going to hurt really bad next week when you get the paycheck for 1 week instead of 2 weeks is what we're going on now.
Coming up all new at 6 o'clock, we will go inside a local restaurant staying open without gas, and we will hear her concerns over what's happened here the past few days. We're live at Port St. Lucie. John Shaman, WPTV News Channel 5.
I'm Jake Cashmere, live in the feed room where right now Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputies need your help to find two people who detectives say installed a skimming device at a local ATM. Take a good look at your screen right now. Here's the couple. Detectives say the device was found at the SunTrust Bank along Military Trail in West Boynton Beach. If you recognize the couple, don't approach them. Immediately call Crime Stoppers. Their number 1-800-458-TIPS. And if perhaps you're wondering if there may be a skimmer on your ATM, give it a tug. If it gives, it may have been compromised. Reporting from the feed room, back to you.
Now, Storm Team 5 with South Florida's most accurate weather forecast.
Absolutely gorgeous afternoon, but we were watching a few rain cells on the radar this afternoon, too, coming in along the coastline. Really quick moving rains pushing off the Gulf Stream and off the Bahamas and headed toward the West Coast, where big storms fired up this afternoon with hail and gusty winds. Thankfully, we're not dealing with that. Those persistent east and southeast winds going to be with us right into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. High pressure in control. This is a real summer-like weather pattern with quick-moving showers, but afternoon storms on the west coast of Florida. Here's a look at our rainfall, and with just a little rain working through the gardens right now. Some move through Wellington earlier, and more possible this evening. I'll let you know if there's any break from this rainfall and what's in store for the weekend coming up.
Right now, 2 men are in jail, another out on bond, after deputies say they impersonated football players while trying to collect donations on a street corner. News Channel 5's Katie Johnson live from suburban West Palm Beach with details on what drivers should always be looking out for. Katie?
Well, you've seen them before, kids, maybe teenagers, raising money for their sports teams out in the middle of busy intersections like the one we're at here at Forest Hill and Military Trail. These weren't kids, though. It was 3 grown men holding up signs, asking people to help support their football team as they try to travel to California. The problem was, deputies say, these guys weren't on a football team. Eddie Lawrence looks at the mugshots of Sean Martin, Pernell Taylor, and Quentin Embry. That guy?
Never saw him before.
That one?
Never saw him before.
All 3 from Fort Lauderdale, not one of them on the roster for the South Florida 49ers, a semi-pro football team. The trio arrested at this intersection of Forest Hill Boulevard and Military Trail after deputies say they were posing as football players from the Fort Lauderdale-based team and asking for money.
You know, we've been getting calls from other affiliates that's in our league, letting us know that these guys are out there panhandling.
Eddie says he knows of nearly a dozen cases like this one all across South Florida, from Miami-Dade to Palm Beach County.
We have no reason to drive or come to another county to raise money.
Now, the team is hoping stories like this will make drivers aware before they hand out cash. Now, panhandling is not illegal here, but deputies say these guys were blocking the roadway at one point, keeping traffic from moving, and that's what prompted this investigation in the first place. Authorities say the men raised about $80 during their time here at this intersection. Live in suburban West Palm Beach, Katie Johnson, WPTV News Channel 5.
Happening tonight, city leaders in Delray Beach will review plans for parking meters in the downtown area. Always a hot button topic. Been part of the conversation now for years. News Channel 5's Charlie Keegan joining us with a preview of what makes this proposal different. Charlie?
There will be no shortage of opinions when city leaders meet here at City Hall in about 1 hour. And there are arguments both ways. Some say that meters will actually improve parking, and others say it'll scare customers away. Ultimately, though, it's up to city commissioners to decide what is best. And this plan actually increases the hourly rate compared to past plans, charging $2.50 per hour to park on Atlantic Avenue. The proposal estimates the city would make about $3.5 million per year with meters. It calls for installing these kind of new high-tech meters around and along downtown on Atlantic Avenue downtown. Now, commissioners shot down a very similar plan in January 2014, and downtown retailers will be pushing for that same result tonight, arguing that customers will just go shop somewhere else instead of feeding the meters. So again, this commission workshop begins at 6 o'clock today inside a City Hall in Delray Beach, and we expect the City Commission to decide whether or not to move forward with a proposal for downtown parking meters. Live in Delray Beach, Charlie Keegan, WPTV News Channel 5.
Right now, the search goes on. A U.S. Marine helicopter reported missing in Nepal. The Marines were providing support for the latest earthquake victims. 6 Marines were on board the chopper. All of this comes as a second earthquake struck that country this morning. The 7.3 magnitude quake was centered in a remote area between Kathmandu and Mount Everest. At least 42 people are confirmed dead from this latest earthquake. That number expected to climb. Last month's quake, the official death toll from that is more than 8,000 people, another 17,000 injured, and many, many more displaced as this tragedy, the devastation, and the heartache go on. An associate dean at the University of Virginia seeking more than $7.5 million from Rolling Stone magazine. The defamation lawsuits over the debunked account of a gang rape on campus didn't happen. The school says the lawsuit will, quote, set the record straight and hold the magazine and writer accountable. Police have also said they found no evidence to support the claims made in the story.
Until recently, you could not send a text message to someone in Cuba, but now a company in Fort Lauderdale called SMS Cuba is offering the first direct text messaging service to the island. Registered customers can send a text to Cuban mobile phones just as they would in the United States. Communications with Cuba have been difficult due to limited email and internet access.
New today, we're hearing the call to 911 made shortly after a violent confrontation in Central Florida involving George Zimmerman.
Yeah, a guy just said he had to pull a gun on a guy. And now a guy right here just said he had to shoot at someone through his window, so he wants the police to come.
Police say Zimmerman was hit by broken glass when another driver fired at him on a street in Lake Mary. Zimmerman was not hit by the bullet. Detectives have not yet spoken with Zimmerman or the suspected shooter, Matthew Apperson. They did, however, uncover 2 handguns from Apperson's car. Apperson says he fired in self-defense after Zimmerman waved a gun at him, allegedly so. The 2 have a history, including tense encounters last year. No charges in this bizarre turn of events have been filed in the case yet.
Want to reduce your debt without working too hard? The 9 things you can do to avoid the biggest money wasters.
Just like the team, fans of the Patriots standing by their quarterback, no surprise there. Now agents for Tom Brady are responding to the suspension, so is the NFL, the latest on Deflategate.
And in the heart of downtown West Palm Beach, a sight the city would rather not see. New at 5:30, what's behind the makeshift tent city? We're getting some answers.
Yeah, we're helping you plan for tomorrow morning, and if you're looking that far ahead, your weekend, Storm Team 5 Chief Meteorologist Steve Weigel has your most accurate weather forecast just minutes away.
It's early morning, and you're up early because, well, the house is already stirring.
I have 4 kids. We're busy. I have to know when severe weather is coming.
WPTV Storm Team 5, only in one neighborhood that matters, yours.
Lisa and Glenn, they can be fun, but they really cracked out when big things are happening.
Preparing, alerting, showing the storm from every angle, making sure weather doesn't get in your way. Storm Team 5, the only morning weather team. Today on 5, WPTV News Channel 5.
The time to save is now. During Toyota time at Ed Morse Delray Toyota. Get 50% off a new Camry, now under $7,000. Or lease for $89 a month. Visit DelrayToyota.com.
Insects are destroying your home, your lawn, and they're coming for you.
What a nightmare.
Just call Hewlett. We have the expertise to fight any pest problem. Hewlett's Healthy Home program is pet-friendly and has no smelly sprays. Bug problem solved, guaranteed.
Just call Hewlett.
Just call Hewlett.
Arrigo celebrating Memorial Day with the biggest sale of the year. Our red, white, and blue tag sale. 3,500 new Dodge, Chryslers, Jeeps, and Rams. Clearly marked, thousands off MSRP. And our banks just want to say, yes, you're approved. You gotta go Arrigo.
Drive and Discover event.
Adobe Creative Cloud, commercial production, Pro Tools. If you've been thinking about pursuing a career behind the scenes in audio and video production, get the hands-on, learn-by-doing training you need at Connecticut School of Broadcasting. From day one, you'll be in the studios creating commercials, editing news packages, and pushing the limits of your creativity. Connecticut School of Broadcasting with 2 South Florida campuses in Miami and North Palm Beach. To find out more, call 1-800-TV-RADIO or visit GoCSB.com.
This ain't rocket science. It's pizza. I love making pizza.
Get a large 2-topping pizza for just $10 and try garlic knots for a limited time online only price of $4.
Better ingredients, better pizza. PapaJohns.com.
The time to save is now during Toyota Time at Edmore's Delray Toyota. New 2015 RAV4s, 50% off, now under $9,000. Or lease for only $129 a month. It's Edmore! Visit DelrayToyota.com.
Catch your News Channel 5 updates throughout the day on News Radio WJNO.
A consumer alert tonight. Midsize SUVs received mixed safety results in the latest round of crash tests. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety tested 7 midsize SUVs from the 2015 model year. The tests replicate what happens when the front corner of a vehicle collides with another vehicle or object, such as a tree or utility pole. It's considered one of the tougher tests. The best performer overall, the Nissan Murano, earning a good rating across the board. The worst performer, the Dodge Journey, was given an overall poor rating.
Tonight, a report that Tiger Woods and Lindsey Vonn split because Woods cheated on Vonn. The Daily Mail says a close friend revealed that Tiger cheated with an unknown woman in February after losing the Farmers Classic. Earlier this month, the two announced the end of their relationship, citing busy personal lives as the reason for their split. Quarterback Tom Brady says he will appeal the punishment leveled against him and the New England Patriots in the so-called Deflategate scandal. Brady will miss the first 4 games of next season. Brady's crime, according to the league-funded investigation, being, quote, generally aware of a plot by the team employees to let some air out of game footballs used in January's AFC Championship. Brady's agent called the discipline ridiculous and promised an appeal. Attorney Ted Wells, who conducted the investigation, fired back, saying he made a fair and reasonable review of the evidence. If Brady's suspension is upheld, he will return Week 6 against the Colts.
The Swedish Supreme Court has denied WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange's latest appeal to dismiss an arrest warrant for allegations of sexual assault. Assange has been staying in London's Ecuadorian embassy for more than 2 years to avoid extradition to Sweden. Prosecutors there want to question him about 2010 allegations that he raped one woman and molested another. Assange has not been charged and denies the claims. He says he fears Sweden would extradite him after that on to the U.S.
A Michigan woman is turning to Kickstarter to make her eyeglass dream a reality. Wendy Warschauer is the woman behind iChange, eyewear system where you can attach dozens of rims and trims to the frames and instantly change the look of your glasses. She says the idea came to her when she was looking for glasses to match her outfit.
I realized that my vision had changed, so I couldn't see through any of them. What a colossal waste of money. So I just thought, you know what, there's a way. There is a way. And iChange was born that day.
Warschauer has launched a Kickstarter campaign to begin manufacturing iChange. She hopes to raise $75,000 by the end of this month.
How would you like to save an extra $2,000, perhaps $3,000 a year without having to work harder? You say, what's the gimmick? Well, there's not one. It's easy to do if you cut out some money wasters in your daily life. And our consumer reporter, John Mattery, shows us one woman who turned her life around this way so you don't waste your money.
Trying to reduce your debt and build a savings cushion? You know it can be tough with the cost of gas, groceries, and housing. But if you simply trim some common money wasters, you'd be amazed how fast those savings start adding up.
Joan Doyle opened up a bill one day and it suddenly struck her. She was spending more money every month than she and her husband were bringing in.
Doesn't go there, does it?
Yeah, I believe it was our cable bill. And all of a sudden, I had a meltdown.
She was wasting money on a lot of things she really didn't need.
We bought soaps and perfumes and candles and, you know, things that they were on sale. So we bought them.
And her credit cards kept getting bigger and bigger.
Gasoline, food, everything we put on credit cards.
She was more than 10 grand in debt.
We actually just opened this one up in December.
Credit counselor Chris Allen says what happened to Joan happens to millions of hard-working, well-meaning families. So he helped us come up with a list of the top money wasters. Number 1, having multiple phone bills, which can waste $500 a year.
If you have a home phone and you're paying $60 a month on that, but you also have a cell phone, there's not necessarily a need to have both.
2, unneeded cable channels. Renegotiate your package, that can save $200 a year. 3, too much dining out. Cutting that in half can cut more than $2,000 a year.
And if that's twice a week, then that's $200.
Money waster number 4, buying lunch every day, $1,000 a year.
That could be anywhere $8 to $10 a day.
Other wasters, 5, unnecessary ATM and overdraft fees, $200 a year. 6, impulse shopping, $1,000 a year. 7, unused gym memberships, $500 a year.
I've seen a couple over $100 a month.
Other wasters, 8, a latte a day, $1,000 a year. And 9, expensive beer and cigarettes, as much as $2,000 a year. Total, even if you don't smoke, that's $7,000 in wasted money each year. Joan Doyle is now trimming many of the money wasters in her life. She can now see light at the end of the tunnel. So look over those monthly bills, those weekend expenses, and your shopping receipts. With a few changes that you may barely notice, you'll cut those money wasters. That way you don't waste your money. I'm John Matteries, WPTV News Channel 5.
Now, Storm Team 5 with South Florida's most accurate weather forecast.
Another absolutely gorgeous day and a fair weather evening on the way. We do have some clouds and a chance for a shower, but nothing too significant this evening. Temperatures will cool off into the 60s and low 70s. Here's a look at the rain. Big storms around Fort Myers and on the west coast of Florida. But here, quiet, other than some quick moving rain that has pulled through, and you can see some drier air working in the last hour that will bring us some really nice weather tonight. Nice ocean breeze coming in off the Gulf Stream and off through the Bahamas. High pressure just to the north is bringing that wind in, and it's bringing us really nice conditions for right through Wednesday and Thursday too. And with all the storm focus on the west coast, it should be pleasant. Now, there is still the chance for some wet weather though this evening. You can see some moving just through the gardens in the last half hour. That fizzled out quickly, and there's another cell just off Hobe Sound and Jupiter Island that could work on shore. It's kind of moving northwest, so around the Hobe Sound, Jupiter Island area in the next couple of hours, and also some rain around the lake. Otherwise, it's quiet. Hour by hour forecast looks pleasant. Slight shower popping up here and there through 10 and 11 o'clock tonight. Temperatures cooling off into the 70s, low and mid 70s by 3 and 4 a.m. And that's about as low as we'll get for our temperatures overnight. It will be a little bit cooler inland and along the coast, pretty much mid and high 70s. Here's the Vipercast model. 2 in the morning, pretty much quiet. Slight shower chance in the morning, and then as we get into the afternoon, not as active tomorrow. I think we'll see more sunshine than clouds right through Wednesday and into Thursday too. Our daytime highs are pretty standard, mid 80s. For the next 4 to 5 days, looking good. If you're headed off to the beach or any kind of outdoor activity, very pleasant. And our wave heights, a little choppy at times, 2 to 3 is not too bad. And again, because the weather is not going to change much in the next couple of days, we're 2 to 3 tomorrow, east winds at 5 to 15, and a moderate chop for the inland waters. Quick moving showers possible again on Wednesday. So 76 tonight, beautiful night on the way. If you have plans tonight, enjoy. A slight shower chance tomorrow. Sunny, lots of sunshine, 87 the daytime high, and quick moving shower possible again. The 7-day forecast looking good. Really the weather word for the next few days is breezy through Thursday and Friday. I think we'll see a little more widespread scattered showers on Saturday and Sunday, but the focus for the big storms will be around the lake and on the west coast of Florida, and we'll just pick up a little rainfall each day through Saturday and Sunday.
Steve, thank you. Coming up, could Congress help its approval rating with a simple twist on words?
And all new at 5:30, the local effort to free a manatee stuck in an intake valve.
Weather on WPTV is sponsored by Earl Stewart Toyota.
You decided to downsize your home. Then I said the contract should include an inspection, which revealed you weren't alone. Let a RE/MAX agent guide you. RE/MAX, dream with your eyes open.
Florida's economy is coming back, and our state's independent economist has good news. The Florida Senate's Fix Plan will save thousands of jobs, billions in tax dollars, and let hardworking Floridians buy their own health care coverage. Less taxes, more coverage, more jobs. A great plan to keep Florida's economic forecast sunny. Contact your lawmaker today by calling 877-522-4780. Tell them you support the Senate plan. Less taxes, more coverage, more jobs.
I'm Bob Gordon of Gordon & Donner. After 32 years of representing consumers, I've learned that insurance companies don't always do the right thing. That's why we've set up a division to represent consumers who have property damage claims against their homeowner's insurance company. If your home or property has been damaged, and you're getting jerked around by your insurance company, call us. The consultation is free, and we only get paid if we can help you. If we can't, you don't owe us anything. No fees, no costs. Call Gordon and Donner.
This is amazing.
I love this car.
Real people are discovering surprising things at Chevy.
This is a road trip car.
We're sold. It's so pretty.
They're good-looking cars. It feels great.
Perfect. This is not what I would expect from a Chevy at all.
Get more than you expect for less than you imagined at the Chevy Memorial Day sale going on now. Get cash back for 15% of the MSRP on select 2015 models in stock the longest. That's over $3,100 on the Chevy Cruze.
See your South Florida Chevy dealer.
Hi, I'm Mike Sonsini, one of the owners of Screen Builders. You may have seen news reports about a fraudulent company with a name similar to ours. I'd like to set the record straight. Our company, Screen Builders, has been serving the South Florida community for 28 years. We don't cut corners. So remember, we're the original Screen Builders. We're here to stay and will continue serving you with honesty, integrity, and customer service.
At Palm Beach State College, you have the opportunity to discover and the ability to define your own future. Choose from different career paths or pursue a whole new direction. It's all here in the palm of your hand. Enroll today. Palm Beach State College.
You dreamt of a condo with a view. But then I showed you a suburb school, and the view of your daughter's future made a house look really cool. Let a RE/MAX agent guide you. RE/MAX, dream with your eyes open.
Closed captioning on WPTV is sponsored by Bethesda Health.
A live look from Madison, Wisconsin, where the family of 19-year-old Tony Robinson, expected to speak in just a few minutes, announced late this afternoon that a white police officer would not be charged with the teen's death. The unarmed teen was shot March 6th. The district attorney noted his own background as the first district attorney of color in Wisconsin, and went on to note circumstances surrounding the case, saying multiple witnesses had described Robinson on the day of his death punching a friend, attacking pedestrians, and screaming on a street near his apartment house, the scene the officer came upon. But the district attorney there said all of that evidence led to his decision that the officer should not be charged. We'll hear from the family momentarily.
The Barack Obama Presidential Library and Museum will be built on the south side of Chicago. The move was revealed this morning by the Obama Foundation. The University of Chicago beat out its competitors, the University of Illinois at Chicago, Columbia University, and the University of Hawaii. President Obama said through the library they can attract the world to Chicago.
Something as simple as words seem to be what is working against Congress these days. They're never at a loss for words, but a recent study found that word choice by your lawmakers in Washington can predict public approval ratings. 124 million words spoken in the House of Representatives between 1996 to 2014 were studied using a computer model that searched for, quote, pro-social words like trust, educate, and contribute. The less than positive language that was used, the lower the approval rating for Congress. The old saying, watch what you say.
Michael, thank you. I'm Jake Cashmere, live in the newsroom. Coming up all new at 5:30. A showdown over a makeshift tent city. One group says it's not responsible, so where are the homeless getting them? And the stance one municipality is taking in response. Also, the disturbing and deadly new trend showing up around some college campuses. How it's hitting very close to home for one local family. And what you can do to avoid costly surprises when planning a wedding. Those stories and more when Shannon and I see you in just a few minutes for News Channel 5 at 5:30.
Business Report on WPTV is sponsored by your local Toyota dealers.
When what's inside is important to your family, choose our family. At All My Sons Moving and Storage, we're family owned and operated with over 4 generations of packing, storing, and moving experience. At All My Sons, you get a guaranteed binded price in writing. So, whether we pack the box or you do, or if you're moving 1 mile, 1 city, or 1 state away, let our family move yours.
Dial ***MOVE to speak with a moving specialist today. All My Sons Moving and Storage.
Arrigo celebrating Memorial Day with the biggest sale of the year. Our red, white, and blue tag sale. Over 3,500 new vehicles, all clearly marked. Save thousands off MSRP at Florida's #1 volume dealer. Red, white, and blue tags. See your savings on new Dodge, Chryslers, Jeeps, and Rams. And our banks just want to say, yes, you're approved. Don't miss Arrigo's biggest sale through Memorial Day. You gotta go Arrigo. West Palm, Fort Pierce, Sawgrass.
Drive and Discover event. Tonight, you decide who moves on to the voice finale.
I'm so excited.
Which voice will you vote for live in the last instant save of the season? The Voice live tonight at 8/7 Central on NBC.
Tonight,
We lost control of the fire.
the season finale.
My dad had been sick for quite a few years. We just feel like it was divine intervention with Treasure Coast Hospice coming in.
They showed us the love and the patience and the passion that they have. The RN, the CNA, and the social worker played a very important part of our life.
It made me feel good knowing that he didn't leave this world suffering. Treasure Coast Hospice was a blessing.
Mercedes-Benz of Palm Beach, where hospitality and friendly service is a family tradition. Mercedes-Benz of Palm Beach.
The best summer musical series is at the Wick Theater in Boca Raton, kicking off with the tap dancing hit Dames at Sea, George M. in concert, and family favorite Peter Pan. Savor a unique dining experience at the new Tavern at the Wick. Visit thewick.org today for tickets.
They claim our water isn't safe, but is it true? Tonight on News Channel 5 at 11. Live, local, from WPTV, this is News Channel 5 at 5:30. Local coverage you can count on.
First at 5:30 tonight, helping the homeless or hurting the city. West Palm Beach city leaders encouraging members of the Catholic Church locally in West Palm Beach to stop giving the homeless free tents.
This as the tents are now popping up at the old City Hall building downtown. News Channel 5's Brian Enton is live there with the story you'll see only on 5 and the church's response. Brian.
Jay, first of all, leaders at St. Anne Catholic Church down here say they are not the ones providing these free tents. Opinions around here, people who live and work, they have different opinions about these tents out here. Some say that it's nice that someone is providing them. Others say a mini tent city does not belong in downtown West Palm. The place that used to be the hub of city business, now a tent city of sorts.
Even though it is just a small tent, it's something that you can say it's kind of like almost the closest thing you can get to four walls and a roof without really having one.
Michael Wyatt says a member of St. Anne Catholic Church gave him a free tent.
At least we know that we have a place to go that we can kind of say is kind of like ours.
But West Palm Beach leaders are asking members of St. Anne or whoever is giving out the tents to rethink their decision.
I think everybody's motivated by good intentions. It's just a different approach as to what your motivations drive you to do.
I'm here 13 years and I've given out about 4 tents.
Sister Carlene says she doesn't know of anyone at St. Anne's providing tents.
We don't give out tents as a rule, and certainly not the quality of those, because those are expensive. I camp.
The homeless here say it is a church member that drops the tents off on weekends.
She sees everybody every Sunday. She comes out there, and you can just kind of give her a little order list of things that you might need, and she'll have it by the next week.
If not here, Michael thinks the city should come up with a place they can pitch their tents in peace. But some city leaders prefer no tents at all, sending out a homeless outreach team to get squatters rehabilitated and off the street.
No matter where they go, they're not wanted. It's wonderful, but not in my backyard.
Just a few tents out here now, but we're told at night that is when more homeless people come out here and pitch tents. All of this really will become a moot point, at least at this location, because the city has plans to tear this down in the coming months and put a hotel in its place. The city says they are working preliminary on a plan to take city-owned property and convert it possibly into homeless housing. Live in downtown West Palm Beach, Brian Enton, WPTV News Channel 5.
Brian, thank you. Happening now, Martin County's environmental engineers are repeatedly finding harmful bacteria in the St. Lucie River. And they say, in this case,